Now we're joined by one such student, Akriti Chitransh, who's a third-year MBBS student who was in Kiev, and she's now back in her hometown in Uttar Pradesh. Thank you so much for joining us. If you can, share your experience, what was it like for you, making it out of Ukraine, and when did you return?
Hi, ma'am. I returned on 3rd of March, and I was stuck there for 5 days continuously, and there was like no food. We had the stock of the food, but we didn't have time to make it. Right. All right. So we were all hungry for 2 to 3 days, and we didn't have food. We were out of water, out of juices, out of liquids. Then somehow on like the day we were leaving, a day before night, we just got a message that you have to leave on to the railway station as soon as the curfew lifts up. So we were very tense, like, because there was no official information and also there was no official help. So we called the embassy, but there was no response to us. So one of our friend luckily got the answer, and they said that you have to go on your own risk. And if the curfew lifts up, there will be a bus taking you from the hostel to the railway station. But the curfew lifted and there was no bus, nothing. We have to go by our own. Some students walked up to the railway station, some took the cab, whatever it was available, they did that. Then we went to the railway station. There was a huge like people there, huge crowd was there. So we went there, and still there was no official there. And we were not even registered anywhere. They didn't knew that we are like, how many people are traveling, how many people are going. Nobody knew that. So we just boarded to the train to Lviv. We traveled.
Well, you were lucky that you managed to get into the train, because yes, NDTV covered this, that the students were actually being not allowed to get into trains. So it was quite a struggle to get on the trains, wasn't it?
We were so early. We went as soon as the curfew lifted. We reached the railway station, and luckily we got the cab that we reached in 10 to 15 minutes. Before 9 a.m. we were there. So the first train we got was to Lviv, and we boarded in that. There was a huge crowd that time also, but we somehow managed to board on the train. So we went there. We went to Lviv. We headed towards Lviv. In Lviv, when we got down, there was no official still, and the local people were helping us so much that they provided us food, they provided us water, everything essential thing they came and they provided, and they were like, please come back soon. And then from Lviv we took a train to the Chop. With there also nothing. We went to Chop. From Chop we have to take the train to Zuhani border. In Chop there was some difficulty in boarding to the train, because first they allowed the person who had tickets.
Right.
Then, so people were boarding, and then if the place remains vacant, then they were allowing us. So we were waiting there for around half an hour or 1 hour. Then we just boarded to the train to Chop. After going to Chop, we took a ticket for the border, Zuhani border. I crossed through Hungary border, so I took a train to Zuhani. Then
all right, so I mean, it's great that you managed to make that journey, and good to know that you were helped along the way by Ukrainians as well, and that's heartening to know, because it's been a mix of reports from various students who've made these harrowing journeys. But Akriti, now the worry about your future, because it's unclear whether you'll ever be able to return, at least in the near future, and so what are you thinking now?
Ma'am, I'm thinking, I'm just waiting for the official order from our university. Whatever they will say, I think that they will convey a message in 15, 20 days or a month. So I'm first waiting for them. If that happens, then I'll prefer to go back there. And if not, then here government is also talking about giving admissions there. But the main problem is the financial thing, ma'am. If I'm not financially stable, people who are going abroad are not financially stable. If they were, then why would they prefer going abroad, right? So main thing
because
is
of the cost of the medical education here?
Yeah, because of the cost. We are not getting seats in government medical colleges because there are so many factors there. Okay, and in private colleges there is a lot of fees and we can't afford that. So that's why I'll prefer going back only. And if government do something about the financial thing, like the fee structure, if they'll reduce that, then I can, like, this will also be an option. And if that doesn't happen, then there is an option to take transfer in other colleges of Europe. And I can go there also.
All right. So looking at all your options, but you would like to go back to Ukraine if and when this war would end. Thank you so much, Akriti, for speaking to us, and all the best to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
We're now joined by Shivangi, a fifth-year student from Summi. And Shivangi, you know, what is the situation now? The embassy has asked all of you to be ready. You could receive information at any point regarding an evacuation or a possible safe passage.
Good morning, ma'am. Actually, we are literally waiting, but we received in the morning that we will have to wait again. It might be not today. So, yes, it was a sleepless night. We were excited that finally we made it. Finally, we will go home. But still, we are told to wait. So, still we are waiting. And let's see when we will receive a confirmation that this day, we will be moving towards west.
Right. The embassy has said there's a team in Poltava city. How far is that from you? And they're trying to, you know, figure out an evacuation plan. Also, the Prime Minister is going to be speaking today to the President of Ukraine as well as the President of Russia. And it's hoped that, you know, somewhere an appeal can be made, perhaps for a safe passage for those who are stuck.
It's just 3-hour distance from our place. And let's hope for the best, because yesterday it was a good day. We didn't heard any bombing sounds, so it was a relief day for us. And we are hoping that it will continue and we will get a safe passage towards Poltava.
Right. And what is your situation right now? You know, 2 days ago, all of you put out this video that really, you know, created a lot of anxiety when you said that you may even walk to the Russian border, and that was absolutely not safe. And the Indian embassy also advised you all to stay put. But tell us, what is your situation right now?
Ma'am, it was like a way to show our anger, because of course we know that it's not safe, but we were facing lots of crises, food crisis, water crisis. So we just did that. I know it was not appropriate. We are sorry for that. But now we got some news that finally we are getting evacuation news. And it's a very, very good news for us and for our families too. Everyone is excited and we are waiting.
And in terms of food and water and supplies?
We got little supplies of water and little supply of food. We have now 2 days food. So I hope before that we will be moving towards west.
All right. And so finally, you've been told that to be ready for the evacuation, some sort of help is coming, but it may not happen today itself.
Yes. It is told that it will be a minute call. So be ready with your bags. We are ready. Everything is packed. We are just waiting for that last minute call.
Shubham, great news, and the Indian embassy had already asked all of you to be ready, you know, to be evacuated at a moment's notice. So you were aware that, you know, there could be some movement soon.
Yes, ma'am. Yesterday, actually, at night, we got the thing from Indian embassy that students of Summi will be evacuated to Poltava, and there's a unit ready there for us. But there were no further instructions that at this time or this specific time you will be evacuated. And now morning they said that be ready. Anytime the instructions might come and you might have to leave. So we are all ready and we're waiting for the instructions.
All right, and we're expecting that ceasefire to be in place in just a little while from now. So that's some great news, and hopefully you will be told now where to go or how you're going to make your way from Summi to Poltava, which I believe is a 3-hour journey.
Yeah, it's approx 2 hours, 40 minutes something journey. Yeah, and yes, they'll be making arrangements for bus or something like that, and we'll be leaving.
Right, it's been very difficult for all of you in Summi, as you've been hearing, you know, the noise of the invasion that's ongoing, also running out of resources. If you could share that with us, what's it like now and how are you placed right now?
Ma'am, actually, when the initially war started, we were expecting that we will be evacuated within 1 week, but we have the resources in the 1 week. We have all collected the resources, but since it extended further, we were out of resources, and then the problem started actually. And I think last Friday night, there was an airstrike near 4-kilometer radius around our hostel. And from that time, we were like the electricity was cut off, the water was cut off. Also, as I said, the food resources, they were like, we are out of them too. But some of the humanitarian groups, they do provide us the food stuff and everything. Right now, like the electricity and water, they like it's back again from Sunday evening. Yeah, yesterday evening, we got electricity and water, and food's been provided to us. Yeah, so now it's quite
okay.
better.
So at least you're better placed for resources. And Shubham, how many of you are there? We believe there are hundreds of you who are stuck in Sumi.
Yes, ma'am. Approx 550, 600 people, 600 students are there. We all are here in Sumi.
And where are you from in India?
Ma'am, I'm from Maharashtra, district Thane.
All right, Shubham. So all of you are now together. You're ready to be evacuated any moment as soon as you get word?
Yes, ma'am. We are already with our bags, like as they said, carry your blankets, carry some food stuff for journey, carry water, just that, and your documents. So we are ready with this.
All right, well, great, and hope to get the news that you're all being evacuated soon. Thank you so much, Shubham, for speaking to us here at NDTV.